Winston City Council, June 22nd, 2026.
I did. I think it's getting worse. I sure did. Well, whatever. Clicky toenails. Here, let me have her. Yeah. Go forth. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Let's stand and say Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. Whoops, sorry. We have to do roll call?
Yes, I have a couple of adjustments to the agenda,
Okay.
if you will.
Please.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor, members of council. Good evening, members of the audience. There's a couple adjustments to the agenda. We will add a roll call because we are transcribing the minutes, and so we want those to make it on there for your approval in the future. And then item number B, we will add a good of the order section.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you very much.
Where do I get an
I
agenda?
don't know what I was doing. Huh?
Where do I get an agenda?
They should be out there.
When
unless
you're
they're all
walking.
taken.
That's fine, I can follow.
All right.
Okay, roll call. Counselor Wiggins.
Here.
Counselor Hobson.
Here.
Counselor White. Here. And Counselor Cunningham.
Here.
Mayor Knudsen, we're all here. We have new business. A, funding request for the Winston Area Independence Day Committee. Thomas.
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. So, of course, you knew, and members of the audience, at your last meeting on June 15th, there was a nonprofit representative from WADE, of course, I'm guessing you all know that acronym, that had a semi-presentation. We hope that she can elaborate on that particular presentation this evening. We have prepared the financial diligence for you, and we're prepared to share that in case you would like to entertain making your decision this evening. So if you'd like to...
All right, Miss Wade, come to the front and introduce yourself, please.
Onika Driscoll, 290 Southeast Grape Avenue, President of Winston Area Independence Day Committee. And may I also invite up our Vice President, Rayanne Rutledge? Garrett Rutledge?
As long as you both tell who.
Rayanne, no E.
Rayanne Rutledge, 209 Northwest Glen Park, Apartment 15. I am your Vice President of the Winston Area Independence Day Celebration.
All right.
I would also like to note we have our Financial Secretary and three board members along with
Yes.
us.
I see them. Okay, what do you have for us?
We have an ask.
An ask.
For the city to participate in sponsoring the 4th of July event, Independence Day celebration, and to use the funds in the tourism.
You want monies on top of the waivers of the fees?
Correct.
Okay. Just fees.
Yes. Currently, we're at about $22,000. We're just getting ready to pay off the second payment. So obviously, our goal is $35,000. So we're a little bit short with 13 days to go. But we have faith that it'll come through. It usually always does. So anything that the city would be able to throw towards us would be beneficial in helping facilitate the festival.
Right,
To
no,
be a
that's, I agree.
success.
I cannot make any motions.
Could we have discussion first?
I hope we
Yes,
do.
sir.
Please.
Mayor, if I may,
Please.
while you're anticipating your discussion, there's typically two sources of expenditure line items that you would pull from for this decision. One is community activities. There's only $2,000 in that, and that has been highly utilized this year. I think there's all but a couple $100 with helping the high school, and I think there was one other matter that you assisted on. The other one is a transient room tax, which there's a $1,000 contribution every month for the Chamber of Commerce.
Right?
Right now, there is, well, I calculated, we have one more payment to the Chamber, so I calculated you have $5,895 left. So just, those are the numbers in case you want to make, an educated decision based on that.
I would like to state also that we are one of the few places that are having fireworks on the actual
Yes,
4th
you
of
are.
July in the region. I know the fairgrounds is planning,
On
the
Friday.
racetrack is doing theirs on Friday.
Mhm.
Some of them at the coast are doing them on Friday, but we anticipate there being a couple thousand people here this year.
At
And
least.
we feel that it would really benefit the community of Winston. We're a family-oriented event. We've got new vendors this year. We've got the Wild Track coming back. We've got a lot of really good things happening. We brought the car show back again this year, and we're really excited. We got 2 bands playing this year. We've got a children's pageant for the wee ones, and we're really excited about this
Some
festival
great
this year.
participants lined up for the parade.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
we
the
do.
parade's gonna be huge.
Yeah.
I've sent out countywide announcements to 4-H groups and local riding groups and horsey pages and stuff to come and join us, abate the motorcycle. They put it out there, and the local car
And-
groups.
The weather should be cooperative.
Yes, it looks like it's supposed to be in the 80s. So
On the 4th.
yes,
Yeah. Not this weekend.
no.
Not this weekend.
Yeah. There's a dance group in Grants Pass. Have you seen them? They're absolutely fabulous. I was going to ask, but I didn't. It's not my thing to ask. So. Pretty good. So, do we have any recommendations?
I would like to have a discussion first, if we may.
Well, yes, please.
Have you contacted, for instance, like Abby's Grocery Outlet,
Yes.
Cows Creek,
Yes.
and all that?
Oh,
Yes.
yes, so yes.
Okay.
I had a list of all of the sponsors
You're
that was
right here.
presented during the last meeting.
Mr. Cunningham?
Oh, he's got it.
Thank you.
To add to that,
Champion
Harris,
Car Wash.
Harris Flooring, which is the Hester Willis family, they're sending a check. I don't know how much yet. We're waiting for, we actually have more Roseburg businesses donating.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, Roseburg's.
That new Thoroughbred Express car wash is donating $250. So we still have a couple of commitments coming in. I've applied through Pacific Power.
As you know, I've always been a very strong supporter,
Yes, sir.
okay? And for instance, the police department is already expending close to $7,900 towards this because it falls on a holiday in which they have to pay holiday pay and double time.
Yes, sir.
We
We
have
had a
a
meeting, did have a
Wait,
meeting
I
with
know
police,
that.
yeah.
And the second part of that is that the fee waiver is $550, which puts us a little over $8,400 that the city has already given. The part that I'm having trouble with, and please understand me, I'm being honest with you. Our dire situation in the city financially is extremely significant. We have virtually no wiggle room whatsoever, and we are down to the bone on our expenditures. As you know, the price of gas has gone up. We are at a 3% cap, and the inflation rate has been going over 4%. And so we are in, I'm going to use the word virtually dire straits. And that is impacting my judgment if we can afford, personally speaking, if we can afford to give any more money, since we're already given over $8,500 directly or indirectly to it. And believe me, take it for what it's worth, you know, I've always been a very strong supporter, but I also have to take a look at the city's financial resources, and as I said, it is bleak, okay? And that I know has a resounding impact because, to be truthful with you, even taking this a step farther, stopping waiver of any fees for the rest of the year from either the park or the community center, unless it's a really unusual circumstance, because we need to conserve every single penny that we have.
Well, it's
Okay,
my
and that's a
understanding
real-
that
that's a
the
real problem.
funds have to be used for a specific purpose and they're available in a certain time frame. Is
It's
that
the end of the
correct?
fiscal year, it's either gonna carry over or,
And we
Yeah,
lost a significant amount of funding with, we lost about $5,000 losing
With
the
that
antique
business
mall,
thing, yeah.
with the can collections and stuff, so that was a pretty tough hit for us as well.
yeah, so what Counselor Cunningham, Mayor, if I may, what Counselor Cunningham, our council president, is referring to is, yes, if the money is not expended, then it does operate as rollover or carryover. Our carryover number in our general fund, which is where all of this funding is housed, has dwindled over the years because rising economic costs, the cost of labor, the cost of projects, the cost of police vehicles, operations, all of those things. So it has went down, in a pretty significant amount. We're looking at the lowest that we've had in years, and what that would do is carve away at that. So I think that's essentially what he's referring to. It all makes a difference,
Right.
even the smallest amount.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we cannot even afford to buy, our squad cars, for instance, are in desperate need of replacing. We don't have the money even to replace that, and that comes under public health and safety.
I know,
There's
I
no
pay part of that
capital.
in my sewer bill every month.
There-
But these funds are different
Works.
than what the
Public Works
police
has
can
no capital projects,
reach
it's
into.
zero, because we just don't have the money. And that, to me, is a very serious problem, because I want to help as much as I possibly can, but I really got some really conservative views on this financially, because we have to protect the city's finances. And as I said, we are already over $8,400 in direct or indirect contributions to the Independence Day.
I would be so bold as to say the wage that I make, the amount of time that I volunteer for the city of Winston is about the $10,000 range with all of the stuff that I do all year round.
Well,
So-
we get nothing.
If you
Oh,
We get our
Mr.
zero.
Cunningham.
Our thing is zero. We don't make any money on it.
With the things that she does for our community, he
I'm not
doesn't
debating
care.
that.
Oh, she's great.
I'm not
Yes,
debating
well,
that.
that's what she's saying.
But it brings people into the community to spend money, is because we're trying to get people here to see
It-
Winston.
if the city can't help,
We understand.
we understand. What that forces me into a position of, not that it's your fault, it wasn't your idea to come up with this event. I did. It was my nonprofit that started this. I will pay personally out of my pocket the remainder that's due.
But-
And then I will not have this again. I will not be able to, because it is, I mean, we lost a substantial business that helped tremendously with capturing revenue.
But that had
Donations,
nothing to do with
etc.
us.
No,
Nothing.
but
No.
it is a big loss.
It
That
is.
owner will
We
not
understand
respond to
that.
me other than asking me to fill out a property use form for having the parade. He does not want to
Did you
participate
come
in
and
this.
talk to Thomas about that?
I've mentioned it, yeah.
which
Bob?
The new property owner?
Yeah. New property owner.
Oh,
We
Bob's
haven't got
site.
anyone in there, by the way,
Okay.
right now too.
Did,
I
I'm
didn't.
about to be.
I did not know you were trying to make a connection.
I have been since last October to establish a relationship, ask, what I can do, what he can help us with in the community, offered for him to come and participate in the community Christmas and anything that we have. It took him 3 months to respond to me finally, because I need to be able to set up the parade. And his response was he would have the property management company reach out, and they sent me a form to fill out to use for property.
Can we
use for
reach
the
out to
grant.
him, please?
Sure.
You know, I've emailed Dicker Hoof Properties. I've contacted just about everyone, and you know, you know, when I have talked to all of you, I have a deep resistance on asking the city for anything because I don't like to take away
We
from
do.
anything. You know, I think there was 1 year where I didn't ask.
You didn't?
Short of waivers for the park, but we didn't have a full waiver. It was a percentage. Last year, we partnered with Riverbend, and while I didn't have any park fees, I had to pay a lot of extra stuff as a residual because Riverbend didn't want to pay for porta potties. They didn't want to help with that. They barely even picked up after themselves. So I come to the city with the ask, knowing that there is some money, and you know, I don't know what your other plans are for the money other than, you know, providing that extension to the chamber. And even still, I feel guilty about that. I've
Yeah.
talked to Megan about that. They're like, don't not ask because of us. So it's ultimately up to you
Right,
guys.
and being on the park board,
But-
we know
Yeah.
what needs to be, you know, there's stuff that needs to be done. Like, there's alligators that are closer to the boat, but
I have given it from my own fund.
You have.
You have.
Yes, absolutely.
I have tried to support.
You are
and
heavily
give.
engaged
Yes.
in our page and
Thank you for those
Support.
words today.
Aw,
Thank you
you're
very
welcome.
much. Very, really.
Bear in
good.
mind,
You know,
I'm really torn with this.
We are
Because
too,
as Thomas
asking.
mentioned too, is that,
We all are.
was there a possibility that we are still gonna be giving that money to the Chamber of Commerce?
We only have one more payment this fiscal year, and that contract, as you know, is in the negotiation
That's another
period.
subject that-
No, but it's still coming to the money's coming from the same pot.
Sure, but we don't have to
But we-
drain the account.
Yeah.
So,
nobody's-
I mean, I think there's a middle ground here. There's a lot of work. I have family that comes out of town for this event. There's tourism money coming into
Yes.
the city
Yeah.
because of this event. I'm not saying that we need to drop $4,000, but
No.
I think that there's something in there that we can compromise on.
I agree.
That's
I
a tight
agree.
budget we have to work with, and that's what's so
I
sad,
understand.
because I would like to give the whole thing, but
I'm sorry, I don't wanna give you the whole thing. I don't,
well, we can't.
I'm
We don't
not,
have the
well,
money.
I don't want to either, but I wanna give you some money. But I'm
would-
not the one that,
Mayor, if I may, it was done very well last year. Everyone I talked to enjoyed it. I was there. I enjoyed it. I think it was orchestrated very well. Congratulations. It's just phenomenal. The whole place, the whole spread
Everything.
was just,
It
it
was
felt
perfect.
very family oriented.
Yes.
It really did.
that's really
Uh,
important to us.
it was very family.
That playground equipment was being used and probably contributed a little more to our, but that's a good thing.
To the wear and tear.
That's a great thing. So, you know, and the show itself, just absolutely astounding. I mean, just vibrant and the whole reason why we do this, the nature of the celebration. So,
So how much can we afford
we can afford, well, so you got,
without being detrimental to the rest of the budget?
oh, I mean, you have 58.95. There's really.
Does that include the 2,000 community activities?
No, that's different in that one. You don't have much funding left in that one.
Okay.
There's no reason why you can't consider a couple thousand to help and assist and have
Yeah,
that element of contribution.
that's what we did for the school.
I think 25, yeah.
Yeah.
25 is a good number.
Okay.
It doesn't drain the account. It supports
I'll go with
the
two.
work.
2,000.
Can I get you to 225?
1,500. 2,000.
Okay, first of all, I need a motion that we can discuss.
I make a motion that we discuss.
I second.
Okay, and how much is that going to be for?
I would like to do 2,500.
I would be happy with 2,000.
So
I don't want to cut
I got
us
it.
too short.
So there's a motion on the floor for 2,500 and a second. So
second.
you would have to vote on that first, and then if it fails,
And then
You-
go. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed?
I don't know what to do on this, I'm gonna fly.
No. You
quorum.
can't. You no. You can either do yes or no, but you can't abstain.
Can you tell me the budget again? How much we have?
That leaves
We usually-
3,300 in that budget,
There-
3,395 in that budget if you give us 25.
It does. There's $5,895.
Oh, 895.
Yeah, and
okay.
that's after the 1,000 has already gone to the chamber.
It is. Yeah, this is your bottom line number that you have.
So you're gonna carry over the 3,395.
I'll make a tie, because if we're that close, we have to have more money.
Well, the mayor hasn't voted yet. You would make a existing council tie, but then the mayor would have to break the tie.
We're gonna break the tie.
You're voting no.
Vote no.
Can we pull the vote on this? Councilor Cunningham, yea or nay?
Nay, but I go for 2250.
Okay, I'll go up that one. We just
Okay.
gotta have enough
We have to
money
vo-
to spend.
we have
We
to
have
vote-
a motion on the floor.
We have
This
to
is what
vote
we
on the
gotta vote
We
existing-
have to vote on the first one.
2,500.
So, Councilor Cunningham, you're a nay. Councilor White, yea or nay on 2,500?
For it,
Okay. Councilor
For
Hobson?
it, you said yes?
yeah,
Councilor Hobson?
Yes.
Hobson?
Yes.
yeah.
And Mayor?
And yes.
Motion passes 4-1 vote. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And please tell Mayo, don't get so stressed out at the first comment.
That's Naomi.
That's
I
Naomi.
have no control over.
I
She gets mad at me.
Yeah, she,
Okay.
Walks out because I'm every.
yeah.
Yes.
Mayor, if I may
Moderate.
add, add to
Please.
that, I appreciate the perspective of the council also that this is a community event.
Yes.
Whether it be a financial issue, whether it be an event, this is a community effort. And so talking it out, I think we arrived at a good solution. It's a good contribution with the existing contribution from the city.
Yes.
So I just want to say this is a group
And I
effort here.
hope that next year, after this, and knowing how
I'm
bad
writing
we are,
grants. I'm
You know,
diving
first
into
of
the
all,
grants
this
next
is the
year.
250th year
Yeah.
celebration.
Yeah,
It's
it
not just a normal
No.
4th of July fireworks.
And who knows
So-
what's going to happen after this? Where we're heading right now. So.
So this is a very special one, and the monies that it's going to bring into town is going to be phenomenal. You know, it is. I'll tell you now that my dad is bringing his motor car, and we're gonna ride in it.
That train car is so
Yes.
cute.
Yes, most people don't know about those.
Yeah.
It was a horse and buggy.
No, he left that one home. He's bringing the motor car.
I would love to see a horse and buggy.
It's going to be a great event. I think it's going to be good for the community. The council themselves, they hear all the budgetary internal horror stories. So they, just today our code compliance car, the engine blew up.
Yes, I know.
That's another
Oh, my
one.
God. Yes.
So that'll be $12,000 to fix, and it just seems to be never ending.
12?
It's gonna be around $12,000 to fix if we choose to go that route, unless we find money to replace the car. It's a 2001.
Our cost and operation to the city is absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, I know,
We
and-
just don't have the money.
Yeah.
Trust us, we are at the brunt of a lot of Facebook traffic where we interject, and when people want to blame the city for why there isn't a park or why there's
We
missing
thank you
stuff,
for that.
we are the ones that defend the city on a daily
They
basis.
do,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah, we really appreciate that.
Because those of us
Yes,
know that
absolutely,
we
and
have
I'm
to
very
get
professional
involved.
about it. I'm not trying to be nice.
I've
Yeah.
seen.
She doesn't
You
even
are.
use Chat GPT. Did you hear her?
It was
What?
very
You
astute.
guys, I'm educated. I have a degree as a scientist.
No, I want to thank everybody, and I want you to know that we are budget conscious, and we are trying
We
to,
are
but
too.
we are trying to help, and,
We have to make tough decisions over and over again.
it's.
So,
All of us do.
I have a question now. How do you want me, what is the proper protocol, because I know you're a stickler for protocol, to acknowledge the city? Because I would like to acknowledge the police department, the funding for that,
Well, then,
the fee waiver and this monetary, so it would be one, do I do one big
no,
thing?
we do one for each of them.
Each of them? Okay.
You can break it apart and just kind
Yeah.
of do some recognition,
Okay.
if that's the way you want to do it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's-
Yes,
but
I like doing that.
if you're going to do a recognition, it would be good to
Yeah.
Do
just
the
kinda
police department
cover
or
all
the,
that,
ci-
yeah.
the city.
We just
voted,
always
yes.
make sure to ask the business how they want.
Yeah,
to look.
that's why I'm asking you, is because I want to know how you would like it presented. Am I allowed to use the City of Winston logo on a flyer and TikTok and?
If you're
Facebook?
giving us contributions and you're recognizing us as a
Yes.
sponsor, then yes,
Okay,
you can.
thanks. I just don't. want
That's
to
the
get in
only,
trouble.
yeah.
I can give it to you if you don't have it.
I have it.
Cheetah one, okay.
Is there anything else we need to talk about? We've already passed the 5:40.
Item B,
Had to go
On the
to
agenda.
order.
Oh, we have a good of the order.
Yes.
So are we done?
Thank
Are
you.
we done?
Yes.
Great job.
Good of the order.
No, we still got 13 days to fundraise.
Thank you, guys. Good work.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Did you see the mayor's flyer?
Hi,
today?
Dion. Bye. Are you gonna stop by and pick up your scarves?
Follow us on Facebook.
Eventually.
Good of the order, Mayor?
Yes, I did. I
Okay.
said, good of the order.
I got one.
Was
Uh,
this too, apparently?
One of the things that I'm very concerned about is that, what I am concerned about is the health of this building. And then also the health of the police department, which is getting black mold. It has a lot
already has
of
black
problems
mold.
on it. And what I'm really concerned about is that this very much could have a severe domino effect on the city, because they're gonna be doing a study, a seismic study over at the police department, which, by the way, is what, over $2 million grant.
2.4.
Yep. Which is 100% paid for.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
But if they determine that that building is not safe,
They get to tear it down and build a new one.
right?
Yeah.
And now we also have coming into our building here, the same type of situation. So therefore, if the police department goes down, the city, we go down here, we need a plan that will take a look on what, one, we can do, two, where we go.
It looks like your message cut off. Where's the train to go?
Brooklyn.
I did.
And three, how do we get there? So basically, the only alternative that we have left is the community center, if both of these buildings go down. What we need is a long-term plan to have in place to take and see what will happen in, let's say, condition A,
There's a lot
Or
of empty
con-
space over there.
condition B.
Yes, there is.
Right, but this problem comes back down again of money, okay? So what we have is a very clear.
This building, you're gonna have asbestos, there's
You bet.
asbestos.
Well, I
out
already
there.
know that.
I know
So
that.
there should be, you would think, if the owners of Pine Tree were able to get special funding to abate, I bet this building can.
Right, but being through this many, many times, because my main thing in the Navy and the medical window was plant facilities and construction. And believe me, if there's ever been nightmares with that,
Oh,
with
yeah.
asbestos, I know about it. So I think what we need to do is have a long-term plan. How we're gonna do, what we're gonna do it, and how we're gonna do it, and where we're gonna do it. And I think this is of prime importance that we do that.
Well, we don't have enough room down there for all that unless we build on.
Well, that is what I'm talking about, is develop a plan.
We have had the city administration and the police department in this building before, at the same time. And for if the police department goes down and they have to build a new building, I think that we will be able to utilize all the space and for a short term and have everybody back over here.
Agreed. But if we have a situation in where that building goes down and this building goes down, which is a real possibility, then we need to have a plan in place of what we're going to do. Yes, what you mentioned is one part of the plan.
Right.
But we need something.
Don't we have a hazardous, not a hazardous, it's a
Natural hazard mitigation
natural,
plan.
yes,
Mitigation plan, yeah.
Mhm.
yes. And where does it say
We
to
do.
go?
Well, Mayor, if I may, and members of council, and it's an excellent discussion because there's some real concerns there, and I appreciate you raising it. It is true that this city hall building could house both us and the PD, with one exception. I'm not going to let the chief take my office, all right? He might want to, but
He can get over anything.
we'll work it out. There are some concerns as it relates to this building. If you could recall, all of us can go down memory lane. We went to the URA, Urban Renewal, and we got $72,000 approved for a new council chamber. We started down that road. We started having an engineer take a look, and it's got a lot of character, this building. So
It's been around
That's a
for
good
a
way
long
to put
time.
it.
so it's got some significant concerns. So what we're doing now is we're getting an independent inspection of the electrical, of any asbestos, of just the overall structural quality and integrity of the building.
How much is that gonna cost?
And we had one done for our community center. It's pretty cheap. It's not much money. It's going to be worth it to give us
How
an
much is
under.
not much money?
It's a few $100s, is
Well, that's-
my understanding.
Okay.
So we feel at the staff level it's going to be worth it to give us a real good comprehensive understanding of what we're dealing with here in terms of what we need to do. So I think that's what Councilor Cunningham's referring to in terms of this building going down. The seismic grant dictates either you can retrofit the existing PD to make it earthquake stable, or you can't do that. You can't do it with the existing shell of the building, and you've got to knock it down and
Start
build
over.
new. That's a real possibility.
Which-
How old is that building?
The post office, it was built brand new for the post office in the late 70s, early 80s.
And then it was the public library.
It was the post office first.
Yeah. But you also mentioned that there's been some health concerns.
I was here, yeah.
There's been s-
So
What happened to the new evidence building?
that's coming along. That's good, and we can definitely talk about
Did it
that. We've got well, there was some water in there, but it was mainly due to some drainage. We fixed
Okay.
that. But Councilor Cunningham, I think your question was health concerns with maybe previous employees as it relates to this building. I'm not saying that there's a finite connection, but we've had 3 total 30-year staff members pass away from cancerous type related situations.
All from this bill, all
All that
worked
spent
in
their
this building.
career back there, which makes me feel absolutely comfortable. But back
Okay.
there,
Where would we go in the middle of an earthquake, hazardous, or where are we supposed to go?
well, there would be a crisis command center set up, and
Where?
that's what the NHMP right now. Currently,
NHMP.
it would be designated as the police station. But right now, that wouldn't even qualify, so we'd have to pick it. Probably be some county facility with warming or cooling stations.
Who determines
as well.
that? The USGS or?
No, that is a county plan, which is a natural hazard mitigation plan. It's a county plan.
Yeah, because that's not, the only reasonable, I work with the National Weather Service, earthquake scenario is gonna involve volcanoes. And, you know, we're out of the tsunami threat unless there's like an ungodly earthquake.
It's gotta
But-
go over the mountains first.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, you know,
The river might flood, but
yeah, where they need to look is someplace concrete, can't catch on fire, you know.
Well, no,
I mean,
I'm not saying the PD is structurally sound. What
Yeah.
what I'm saying is NHMPs typically designate your police station as the crisis
Right.
control command center.
I
That's
think the community center would
community
be
center, I
better.
like
yeah.
There's more room.
The you have a PD that is typically set up off the grid, has a generator, has all of those things where it can
Okay.
keep operating in the event that you've
Okay.
got something catastrophic.
Yes, okay.
That's what. So this seismic grant will do that. So we've got 2 public buildings that have some fairly significant issues. And again, we started down this path because we're going to look at overhauling a council chamber. So now we're looking at the building by natural volition. We were looking at this, and we really need to see where this inspection comes out.
What is your solution, Mr. Cunningham?
I would,
What's your suggestion?
well, my suggestion is that we take a look at the community center as a plan. Not saying it's a good plan or a bad plan, but taking a look at the community center to see what we could do to make modifications over there to have in hand, okay, where we could move the city hall over to the community center as a plan that, I'm not saying to implement, but to have it there, so that in case we have to make moves over there, in case we do lose these buildings, we have something already in place that we can go ahead and activate that. And that, to me, I think is very important. Instead of waiting at the very last minute and saying, okay, what can we do now?
Well, the last minute though, where are we going to go there? What areas are we going to eliminate?
Well,
that
that's
are
the
there
idea,
now?
that's the idea of developing a plan or a schematic to find that out. We just can't wait until something happens.
Yeah, Mayor, if I may, thank you, council. We were already just kind of on the heels of having this discussion because of our budgetary deficiencies in the general fund. This building is sustained by the general fund. It's about $90,000 a year in overhead to take care of this building. So it's another contributor to that. Another thing to keep in mind too, this is just the money side. Okay, so we're talking both sides. Is it safe and is it financially sound? Another thing to keep in mind is our general fund is about a $4 million budget. A safe reserve is about 20% of that. We've only got $163,000 in reserve, which is not. So the only way to build up your reserve is to have an influx of liquid capital. I'm not saying unload it on the commercial district, but I'm just saying our financial situation is also a factor. But all of that is negated and it's overridden if it's not a safe situation. So we can certainly look, what does a community center look like? How does it look if we need to use that as a backup facility? Where can we fit in without causing too much of a detriment to the existing programs?
How
There's
much
something
would it cost to go up in that building?
To go up?
Yeah.
There's a membrane we just put on. It's not set up for that. Yeah, so that would be some significant engineering work, and you'd be better suited to expand out if you were looking at something like that. But we don't really have the funds for either.
No, the other thing on this too is that if this building had to come down, it'd be also a prime business spot for people.
Well, this is,
And-
excuse me, but this place to me was perfect for the police. There's the highway, they could get all the way around quickly. Now they're in an area which is not commercial,
Yes, it is.
it's residential.
It's
It was-
commercial.
it
It's
was-
It's zoned
it
commercial,
was
but it's-
residential.
Commercial. It's
The bar's
zoned
fine.
commercial.
It may be zoned commercial,
Yes,
but
it is.
it's mainly residential people that live on that street.
True.
But what I am talking
No, it's
about
commercial.
is that one way to cut the cost, like what Thomas said, is one thing. And then also too, if this building had to be torn down, if somebody buys the property, that's additional funding that would be made available. But this is all speculative at this time.
Very.
Okay?
So, what,
Mayor, I have tasked Public Works with doing bringing in an independent contractor to do an inspection. And we can produce that information for you as well as the financial diligence. Are there other council members that may have?
well, I think we've all talked about it at one point, about having to do something. But no decision has been made or can be made until we figure out what this building is going to do.
Keep in mind too, if push comes to shove, we don't necessarily have to demo it. That could be something on someone else if we're facilitating a purchase or sales process. But very, very preliminary. We need to just understand it might be a few tweaks that we can make and we'd be fine. Let's hope that's the case.
And that's what I'm talking about.
And
is that
since
we
it's in the
take a look
urban
at it.
renewal, what did that,
This property's not in because at the time that they created the URA, there's no reason to have it in. It was a public facility.
okay,
The fire station isn't either, so you got,
yeah. Well, that was an
We
idea.
don't have any big donators for new buildings either, anyone that would, like how's Roseburg Lumber Company donated anything for building, which they used to do in the past? They
They're
don't
not doing
anymore.
anything for anybody anymore.
Yeah,
They're horrible. I mean, it's awful. My dad, my uncles, my first husband, my brother, I have a legacy with that.
Yeah.
And they're just,
There's nothing there.
They don't care about us anymore.
No.
We're just,
That other little.
and it's disheartening for me, because I'm new to all this and my eyes are being opened. Boy, ignorance
Why?
is bliss, isn't it? In responding to people on social media and speaking with them personally, trying to explain, you need to get involved. You need to come in. You need to learn about this, because I'm learning things. It's like, why are our taxes they're so high, we should have the perfect, this beautiful rose bush lined, perfect little town. And it's like, you need to understand what's going on in the infrastructure.
We had a meeting about the tax issue.
Yeah,
that
but people just don't let it go.
Nobody came to.
Nobody came.
Yeah, so when they start talking about the taxes,
I just tell them come to a next city council meeting is that.
Yeah.
Yep.
be grateful they can't be raised. They can't.
Snap.
3% by the state. Other than that, your taxes are what they are.
Mayor, we do appreciate the topic being these public facilities. They're where our staff, they live out of there. They operate out of there doing their job here or in the PD. There's definitely some deficiencies, and we'd like to understand what those are.
We need to have health taken care of. I don't want any Aaron Brockovich coming in.
Yeah.
That would be her.
I was gonna say that would be me.
From the standpoint of if an inspection turns out to be very nefarious, Councilor Cunningham does have a very salient point in the fact that I wouldn't have my employees until it was fixed operate out of here. So then what do? We work out of our vehicles. The community center seems
What'd you do during COVID?
worked at home, but I can't have my people working at home.
I know. I'm just
They serve the public. They have to
Right,
be
they
here,
need to be in the
visible.
public.
There's no way to do it from home, really.
yeah.
So just wanted to make sure that we were covering on all angles.
So are you hiring them soon?
Public Works has that is in motion currently.
In motion.
Okay, so we might have a report next meeting?
You might have it next meeting, maybe perhaps not, depending on
That's not
who they brought in and their workload.
Okay. Is there anything else that we need to talk about?
Money, money, money. That's what we've been talking about.
Yeah,
Nothing?
I have a question though.
Too bad.
Ma'am, I can
Conclusion 611.
Thanks.